What's up, people? What's up? What's going on? You are not in an alternate universe right now. This is Bama Vision, hitting you every Wednesday, a different time though now. Instead of morning time from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Central Time, we're hitting you at a different time slot, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., not 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., Central Time. But Bama Vision right here, yours truly, Stephen M. Smith of the Bama Standard Network. Go ahead right now, hit the like and subscribe button. Be in on the conversation. I'm happy to have all of you guys here. Hit the like button, smash that subscribe button. We're getting to all of your comments and your questions here at the end of the show. Super chats also encouraged as well. We got a lot of things to talk about, especially with Alabama's first scrimmage of fall camp, gearing up for this Saturday at Saban Field inside of Bryant-Denny Stadium. We're looking at Alabama's wide receiver room. We're going to highlight two guys, the best kept secret in Alabama's wide receiver room, and then someone who is finally healthy, who's looking to make a marquee impact in the positional group. We'll also get into one Keon Keeley. Does the former five-star officially have a path to get on the football field and make a contribution? We'll talk about that. And when Alabama has a competition at punter on special teams, we'll get into that as well. But once again, folks, hit that like and subscribe button. Appreciate all of you guys. And as always, you know what time it is. This begins the winning mentality for every Alabama football fan. We want to have 100,000 of these waving, twirling, being thrown up in the air, going crazy in support of Kalen DeBoer and the Alabama Crimson Tide. You know what I'm referring to, y'all. Get y'all a title towel. WhitwillSports.com, title towel. Thomas Whitaker, Lavelle Wilson, two incredible guys. They stand 10 toes down behind this product. Bama football. Get you a title towel today. Go to WhitwillSports.com. Use the promo code STANDARD. Get yourself a nice little discount there, courtesy of your favorite Bama network, the Bama Standard. But before we get into the first topic here, I'm going to get some comments right now to open up the show. And Whitwill Sports, right on cue, give us a hashtag Roll Tide. Appreciate that from the guys at Title Towel. Bob Rutherford with a RTR, little heart emoji. Appreciate you, Bob, helping us out right there. Latoya Billingsley giving me a Roll Tide right there. Appreciate you, Latoya. Also a Roll Tide to my man Herb, the Better Rags deal. Also, Jimmy Batman Clay is in here with the Steven and some exclamation points right there. Appreciate you, Jimmy Clay. Also giving me a Roll Tide there. Bobby Sprinkle writes in at Stephen M. Smith, Roll Tide, brother. I'm here in Alabama. It's going to be good this year. They're going to be much better this year, Bobby. I feel like, and I've said this a lot, Kalen DeBoer needed last year to teach him. He needed last year to groom him. He needed last year to help him understand you're no longer in the Pac-12 or the Pac-2 or whatever the conference is now. You're in grown man football. So in grown man football, you got to do things a bit differently. And DeBoer has done that, whether it's been on the recruiting trail, the coaching staff, and where the players are concerned, he has done things differently. So I'm really excited here about this upcoming season. Chapman family with a Roll Tide roll. Steve, and appreciate you, Chapman. Jimmy Batman Clay, let's do this with a $20 donation. Dropping that in the super chats right there. Appreciate Jimmy Clay showing love to us on the show. RTR Mimi, give some love to the cash man, Jimmy. Appreciate Jimmy Clay. See Bama giving us a Roll Tide. RTR Mimi with the what's up, y'all. Appreciate you, Mimi. Alex Wilder in here. What's up, broski? Roll Tide to you, Alex. Once again, Bama Visions was Wednesday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We've switched the time, people, so it's p.m. now, nighttime, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Wednesday. So we switched the time, still on Wednesday, though, but the time has been switched to 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. So it's nighttime now, giving all of you guys an update there. Rock Righteous Ministry writes and appreciate your videos. SS Roll Tide, appreciate you. Rock Righteous there. I bleed crimson. Roll Tide, everybody Appreciate your I Bleed Crimson. Jimmy Clay writes in, this team must be nasty. And that's the mentality, Jimmy, that David Ballou, Alabama strength coach, and everybody is taking with this team, having this team be nasty here in terms of Crimson Tide football. Let's see here. We got an Auburn fan in here, Devin Yang in here. Auburn runs the state. There's Devin, Auburn fan here. He also puts in Micah DeBose ain't ready for SEC lineman or SEC cardio. I've been Devin Yang again. Isaiah Horton, wide receiver 1. That's wide receiver 3 for us, maybe. Hugh Freeze don't play that. So we've got an Auburn fan in here. Jimmy Clay writes in, can we get Tank to flip? That's the biggest question right now, Jimmy Clay, is trying to get Anthony Tank Jones to flip his commitment from Oregon to Alabama. Oregon got the initial chess piece there. We get it. But Courtney Morgan and this program are hard at work here. Kalen DeBoer, hard at work here when you look at trying to get Tank Jones to flip here back to Alabama. Alex Wilder, if you are not wearing crimson mindset this year, that mindset of my guy, Malachi Moore, if you ain't wearing crimson, you know the rest, that mindset really going to take over this season. I believe crimson to Devin Yang. There must not be any good Auburn channels there. So Devin in here. But Devin, hey, we take them all in here. We take all fans. We take all comers in here. But right now, we're going to get into Bama Nation. First topic of conversation. You guys continue to get your thoughts in the chat line. Get your questions. We get those at the end of the show. But the first thought of conversation is a two-part thought. But we look at this wide receiver room, right? There's so much growing excitement about this wide receiver room, and for obvious reasons. Jamarcus Shepard has his guys, his dogs, his takers that are going to go out there and make things happen. Along with that, just how deep this room is, right? You look, I remember the 2021 Alabama team, the year with Bryce Young being the starting quarterback, and he wins the Heisman Trophy. That room had 2 receivers that were big time, big play, and everyone else just was not ready. You go back to that season. You had Jamison Williams, you had John Mechie. Those 2 were working on a full clip. And then both guys get hurt. John Mechie gets hurt, SEC championship game. Jamison Williams gets hurt in the national championship game against Georgia in the rematch from the SEC title game. And right after J-Mo went down, none of the other guys were prepared or ready to step up. The other guys, I'm referring to A.J. Hall, JoJo Earl, among others, not necessarily ready to step up and take over. And you lose, Alabama loses that game because of those guys not having the confidence to really step up here. When I look at this wide receiver room and how deep it is, people are excited about Ryan Williams, and for obvious reasons. Big time, big playmaker, big time weapon, had a phenomenal freshman year as a 17-year-old, right? Then you look at Jeremy Bernard, back for his second year at Alabama, former transfer from Washington. These 2 are your 2 dogs in the room that Jamarcus Shepard spoke on last year. Then you add an Isaiah Horton from Miami, who's played with big-time players. He played with Xavier Restrepo. He played with Cam Ward down there in Miami. And so now he's just looking for that last bit of polish on his college career before going to the National Football League. So you already got 3 big names there. But the number 4 name that has surprised some people, and that name goes back to what happened this offseason prior to fall camp. Ryan Williams took some pictures there that he put on social media. And while you can't base everything on social media, it does hold some importance. In those photos, you had Ryan Williams himself in his own photos, obviously. You had Jeremy Bernard in those photos. You had Isaiah Horton in those photos. But the 4th player you had in those photos was this guy right here, Rico Scott. Lil Rico was in the photos too as the number 4 wide receiver. And the reason why this sticks out is here is Alabama's chance to make it done right for a Pennsylvania native at wide receiver. Rico Scott is the best kept secret here on this roster. The last time Alabama went to the Pennsylvania area to grab a wideout, that was the 2013 class that it brought 5-star wide receiver, 4.27 40-yard dash speed from Monica, Pennsylvania, Central Valley High School. That guy was Robert Foster. And we all think about how great Robert would have been, could have been, if not for injuries. That guy was a literal speed demon, but injuries robbed us as Alabama football consumers from really truly seeing him, take off at the program. Now you're able to go and get a Rico Scott from Bishop McDevitt High School in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, former 4-star. He came in the 2024 class. Here's a young man that's added some muscle now. He's 6 feet, 196 pounds. Here's a guy that has improved his route running, has defined it, has refined it. Here's a guy that has gotten physical in terms of being a blocker, in terms of going up, making those 50-50 contested catches there. Here's a guy that has pure speed. According to Jeremy Bernard, according to David Ballou, strength coach, according to Ryan Grubb, offensive coordinator, Rico Scott is hitting 23.5 miles per hour on the catapult system. That joker moving. That joker is one of the fastest guys on this team. Very much so detail-oriented in his film study. And according to Ryan Grubb, super athletic, super fast, super physical. This guy will be a presence on the field for us this season. Rico Scott is going to have a defined role on this team. Rico Scott is going to get the ball thrown his way. He's going to get targets. He's going to get catches. And for me, because of the depth in this room, and people don't talk much about him, because you have Ryan Williams, because you have Jeremy Bernard, because you have Isaiah Horton, the comp I kind of have for Rico Scott right now, and it's not out of the ordinary, the comp that I have are Darius Stewart. That's my comp for Rico Scott, or Darius Stewart. And that's not a bad comp due to AD was one of the most underrated wideouts of the Nick Saban era. This was a guy that was tough as nails, physical, would block the mess out of you, but was also a baller. Like AD at any moment could go out there and get his and make plays. We saw it throughout his tenure. AD was a guy that could take a drag route or a post route or a slant route or a pop pass and make something happen with it. Stewart could do it and would do it more times than not. But he was on a roster where you had Calvin Ridley. He was on a roster where you had several other, big-time receivers to where you didn't talk much about Stewart. But when Stewart was out there, the guy was a team player. It was, I can go get mine, but what does the team need? If the team needs me to grab a 5-yard pass on 3rd and 5 and get popped by a DB but hold on to the ball and make plays, I'll do that. If a team needs me to take a jet sweep or a pop pass in the round and show my speed, I'll do that. If a team needs me to go crack back, block somebody to spring one of my fellow wide receivers or a running back down the field for a touchdown, hey, I'll do that. Stewart was the ultimate team guy. When I look at Rico Scott, I see the exact same thing. Bigger body, a little bit more physicality, possibly. Definitely the speed, running 23.5 miles per hour on the treadmill, on the catapult system. And with the play calling of Ryan Grubb, Rico Scott is going to have, I'm not to say here in the fall, it's the best kept secret. But I think even more impressive than him is this guy, Jalen Hale. We got an update on Jalen Hale. Here is the receiver that all of you as Bama fans have been asking. Is he healthy? Is he back 100%? Is he good? Will he be able to play? Oh my gosh, I love Jalen Hale. I love what he did as a freshman in 2023 and 2024. We all had him penciled down as a starter in this wide receiver rotation, but then he suffers the nasty, the horrible, significant knee injury, and he misses an entire season, right? He gets some work, some practice work in terms of bowl reps for the bowl game against Michigan, but he missed the entire season. Now he's back and in practice, catching the ball, running routes. According to Jeremy Bernard, Jerm's like, hey, Jalen was that dude before the injury, and now, even after the injury, still that dude, more explosive. It just speaks to how God has been working with him. Ryan Grubb is like, this is the biggest testimony, the biggest inspiration in terms of this team is Jalen Hale and how hard he has worked to get back for this moment. And the young man is having a strong fall camp so far. Folks, it's going to be crazy to see if Jalen Hale can carve out a role in this rotation. If he can carve out a role, get on the field in this rotation, and make something happen to where he's taking some catches away from some of these other guys, it just speaks to really how deep and talented this room is. If Jalen Hale can carve out a role on this team this season to where he's taking some receptions, he's taking some plays, he's taking some opportunities from a couple of these other guys, it really tells you how deep this wide receiver room is. But Bernard is saying this brother right here, Jalen Hale, he was that dude before the injury, even more explosive afterwards. Really looking forward to watching him ball this year. Ryan Grubb calling Jalen Hale like this is biggest testimony of this team, biggest inspiration of this team. Jamarcus Shepard spoke on, hey, he had to sit out and just watch everybody ball last year, and how much that was frustrating for him. But having Jalen Hale back, having this guy reinserted in this wide receiver room, ooh-wee, Bama Nation, I'm excited to see what this young brother, because we saw him as a freshman, had the big touchdown catch against Ole Miss in 2023, where he jumped up and skied for the football inside Bryant-Denny, making that catch from Jalen Milroe. We saw then, hey, this kid from Texas, Jalen Hale, can be something. We saw it then. The injury, we hated that. So now having him back, having him reinserted, this is going to be phenomenal. Watch what he's able to do. And shouts out to Alabama's rehab guy, Dr. Jeremy Giselle, for working with Jalen Hale and helping him get back to this point that has us this excited. But, folks, we're gonna go back to the comments here before we get to the second topic of conversation. As always, people, hit that like button. Smash the like button. Give me a thumbs up right there. Hit that subscribe button as well. Make this your place, your spot for all things Alabama athletics, especially all things Crimson Tide football. But right now, back into the comment area. We got a lot of comments. We got a lot of comments coming from you guys. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. All right. We've got here. We got Big Toe right now. Big Toe. Really happy Hale is getting back to where he was. He would have had a big year last year. Big Toe, I spoke about that. If Jalen Hale would have been healthy last year, he would have been a starter. That's just how good he is. If Jalen Hale would have been healthy last year, he would have started. The injury was the only thing that kept him away. And it was a significant one. He's back healthy. He's worked hard with Dr. Giselle. They've been in that rehab, hitting it hard. He's back on the field. He's back in practice. He's catching the football. He's running routes. This is awesome. And I'm really looking forward to seeing him carve out a role here on this team. We got high power in here, high power. Everyone keeps saying Keelan Russell's the future. Well, guess what? The future is now. I'll say this. Ty Simpson's the starter, but I see Key Russ high power. He will get reps in. He will get reps in throughout the season to prepare him. Ty Simpson's the starter, but Key Russ will get reps. I do see where Key Russ does get reps throughout the season. Alex Wilder writes in, all the interviews lately with the team brotherhood stood out to me. Why do we want someone like Tank? Just bad, in my opinion. I'll say this. Brotherhood's key. Team brotherhood's key. Absolutely. But I look at it as when you have a number one player in the state, and Tank Jones is the number one player in the state, Alex, when you have a number one in the state, you still want to do everything possible to get him to be back home in the state, right? I understand Oregon made the first move, and he talked about Dan Lanning, head coach, Tosh Lupoy, who will be his position coach as an edge player, and the relationship he built with both of those guys. I understand that. And I can understand if, when it's all said and done, Tank Jones ends up at Oregon, and I want the best for him. Should that happen? But I still think that Courtney Morgan, Kalen DeBoer, and this staff should still recruit Tank Jones, because from Alabama, in-state guy, you want to reestablish this state in recruiting for Kalen DeBoer. I still think Tank Jones needs to be still pursued until he puts pen to paper, and the pen to paper he puts there is for Oregon through and through. I still think this coaching staff needs to pursue him in terms of recruiting. Jimmy Clay writes in, the fastest wide receiver, Jalen Waddle. I'm not saying that Rico Scott's Jalen Waddle fast. Rico is one of the fastest on this team. Jalen Waddle, you're talking about next level fast. So I don't think I am not going to put Rico in a category of Jalen Waddle, of Jamison Williams, of Henry Ruggs. I'm not putting Rico in that category. No, I'm not. Rico's the fastest on this team. I'm looking forward to see what he does. But Jimmy, Jalen Waddle, that's a different type of fast right there. Let's see. Son writes in, Steven, we are just over 3 weeks away. That's it. Just over 3 weeks away from Bama, Florida State. Kickoff in Tallahassee, August 30th. Right there. Let's see. Alex Wilder writes in, don't sleep on Hale. Don't sleep. I'm saying, if he can carve out a role, Alex, if Jalen Hale can carve out a role, I'm here for it. I'm ready. I'm here for it. High power TV. Tank isn't bad because he chose another school. Would you say that Alabama, out of the state commits who chose Alabama over their home state, every home state kid doesn't want to stay home? Gee, I mean, true. Every home state kid doesn't want to. I can understand that. But like I mentioned, if I'm Alabama, I would still pursue him until he signs. I would still recruit him until he signs. But you're right, high power. Every home state kid doesn't want to stay home. Some want to get out there and look elsewhere. And I get that. I understand that. I'm just saying, in terms of recruitment, right? If you're Alabama, until Tank puts pen to paper somewhere, you are still going to make that push. High power also writes in, now everyone's trashing Tank because he didn't choose Bama is absolutely childish. If somebody is trashing Tank because he didn't choose Alabama, that's not the way to be. Let the young man make his decision. Let the young man make his call, because it's his future. It's what he wants to do. Let's see here. Alex Wilder writes in, not the point. Some of those in-state recruits didn't have an Alabama offer. LOL. Hey, so there's Alex making his point right there. Absolutely. High power writes in, Rico's about to go crazy. Rico Scott's going to have a good year. And I'll say this. Nobody, I'm not bad-mouthing Tank at all. I think the young man needs to make the decision that's right for him. All I'm saying is, before pen hits paper, before it's National Signing Day, if you're Alabama and you still think you have an inkling of a shot to get him back in the fold, use everything you got to get the man back and to get the brother back in the fold. That's all I'm saying about that. Let's see here. Jimmy Clay writes in, wow, Darius Stewart. That's just my comp, Jimmy, for Rico Scott. My comp in terms of the toughness, the athleticism, the fact that, Rico kind of underrated guy on this roster. No one talks a lot about him. You look at Ryan Williams, you talk Jeremy Bernard, you talk Isaiah Horton. You don't have a lot of Rico Scott talk out there, which when Darius Stewart was playing, you didn't have a lot of Darius Stewart talk out there. But AD did his thing. AD was highly productive. Yes, he was. And I look at Rico Scott, could be the exact same way. Chatman family writes in, what's the game plan, Stephen, for Bama to beat Florida State? Man, Chatman, we get into game plans 3 weeks on. I like this. I think number one, defensively for Alabama, number one, for Kane Womack, you got to disrupt the flow of Gus Malzahn's offense early. You got to get after Thomas Castellanos. After what he said this offseason, the comments he made, how he has tripled down on those, you got to get after him. You got to affect him from the word go. You got to affect him from the word go. You have got to stifle, shut down Florida State's rushing attack. Can't have them run the football and get after Thomas Castellanos from the word go. I think that's that defensively. Offensively, I think for Ryan Grubb, get into confidence, get into progression early, right? Get into some big plays early, some positive plays early if you're Ryan Grubb. Get into that bag early, and not the whole bag, but get into just some positive plays, some strong runs up front. Get into some plays up and down the field where you can take some shots when they're there. But yeah, some creativity, some big creativity here from Ryan Grubb. But defensively, for Kane Womack, offset this Florida State offense from the word go. That'll be kind of the game plan there that I have. Let's see. High Power writes in, I think Rico Scott will be what we thought Kendrick Law would be, but way better. That's an interesting take, High Power TV. So High Power's got Rico would be what Bama Nation thought Kendrick Law would become, but way better. Okay. RTR Mimi writes in, I love that Jalen Hale is so much better. I am too, Mimi. I'm happy Jalen Hale's back healthy. That was a big thing for me. Tim Grant writes in, hey guys, where can I find that video you guys was talking about Coach DeBoer going off? I think that's on the Bama Standard Network, Bama Standard channel. I think that's on the channel there, Tim. And I think he was going off because somebody wasn't getting low enough in practice. That's what I think it was. Somebody was not getting low enough in practice, and DeBoer is like, you got it. Like DeBoer was like teeing off. I'm like, okay, DeBoer. Okay, there you go. That year two starting to hit you a little bit. That year two of grown man ball starting to hit you a little bit, DeBoer. Okay. All right then. Let's see here. Joe Edwards writes in, Steven, what do you think about our offensive line this year? You think they will be special? I think the offensive line will be better. I look at right now, you got a competition going at left guard between Geno Vanmark and Cam Dewberry. I like that right there. Cam Dewberry, nasty in terms of his mentality coming over from Texas A&M. Geno Vanmark, last year was his first year in the system, transferred over from Michigan State. This is year two for him. You got Jaden Roberts in that mix there. He was working with that second team group, but he's squatting over 900 pounds. You got 4 or 5 guys on the offensive line squatting over 1,000 pounds. Dave Ballew's getting these guys back to being country strong. This offensive line can be very good this year. The one thing that's going to be for them, consistency from game one to the final game of the season. Consistency is what it's going to be from the offensive line. From left tackle to right tackle, can this group be consistent from start to finish? Son writes in, I think Jalen Hale, I need Jalen Hale to be bigger than Isaiah Bond ever was. Hey, so Son got some expectations. He needs Jalen to be bigger than Isaiah Bond was. Christian Hills writes in, Roll Tide, Stephen M. I like this live in the evening. Okay, so Christian is good with the live in the evening. Fans, Drop your thoughts in. Are you better with the live Wednesday night? I want to hear from you fans. Drop your comments in. Are you better with the live Wednesday evening? Let me know how you feel right there. Christian's already good with it. High power TV. I think Coach Grubb will have packages, will have package defenses, will have packages defenses, will have nightmares trying to prepare for. How do you not use all those weapons? 9 up different receivers. I think Grubb is going to have packages, but I also think Grubb is going to want to pound the football, be balanced there. So I think it's going to be the best of both worlds. Hey, guess who's back, baby? From Skyline. Let's go. Ephraim, happy to have you in here, my guy. Cat Pool writes in, I want to see Hale have the biggest comeback ever. I want to see that for Jalen Hale. Great kid. Great kid. Terrible injury. Back healthy. He's fought his way back. I want to see Jalen Hale go off. Duval Sanders, we'll get to yours in the question and answer segment, Duval, but I like that. We'll get yours in the question and answer segment. Let's see here. Ephraim saying, hey, run the ball. That's what Ryan Grubb's going to do. Run the football. Pete Tension with the RTR. Appreciate you, Pete. Let's see here. Catpool responding to the team. I don't remember seeing it anywhere other than Twitter. I think the Bama Standard, I think we commented on it from Twitter. So that's on Twitter. Go to Twitter. I think we commented on it on Twitter or had some talking points on it on Twitter. But there you go right there. I bleed crimson. Everybody hit the like button. Y'all know it. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Absolutely. Let's see here. Ephraim writes in, Ty Simpson should lean hard on the running backs, take some pressure off him. Let the running backs run wild. Ephraim, I agree with you. Get the running backs involved. Take some pressure off Ty Simpson. Let Ty take shots. Run this offense the way he needs to run it. But definitely start with the run game. Let's go here. High Power writes in, yes, agreed. The number one player must stay home, but we want what's best for the kid. That's all I'm saying, High Power, when it comes down to Tank. That's all I'm saying. Still try to recruit him if you're Bama, but you do want what's best for him. So if he ends up signing to Oregon, that's fine. If he ends up signing to Oregon, that's fine. But if you're Kalen DeBoer, if you are Courtney Morgan, still try to get him. Still try to get him there. Let's see here. Ephraim writes in, but he chose Oregon. He did choose Oregon, Ephraim. He did, but as I mentioned, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. You still have until National Signing Day, guys, to the early signing period, which is December. You still have until then. So there's still a chance for him to be flipped back. You can flip him back. But like I said, even if it doesn't happen, the main thing for Alabama is to close in on a strong signing class. Whitwell Sports Tunnel Town, absolutely, Stephen, on Tank. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. You want the best for the kid, but still definitely try to recruit him then. Definitely try to recruit him. Let's see here. Appreciate all of you guys showing love here. Big Toe writes in, you don't stop recruiting Tank, but we got to get the money up. That's just facts. I mean, Big Toe makes a point. NIL is not going away. NIL is becoming one of the biggest reasons why these young men choose a school now. So if your package deal is not where you like for it to be, then it is what it is. However, in Tank's sense, the packages between the schools he was looking at, Oregon and Alabama, Texas A&M, all three of those packages mirrored each other. So it wasn't as if Oregon offered Tank more, like a whole lot more. The packages were very similar to each other when you talk Oregon, Alabama, and Texas A&M. If you look at Tank just spoke on the development of Dan Lanning and Tosh Lupoi. So if I'm Kane Womack, if I'm Freddie Roach, if I'm on the defensive side of the football, I'm trying to get convinced to Tank, hey, you come down here, like, we will put that development on you. we will put that development on you. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see here. We got Zach Anthony writes here. Do you see Marshall Pritchett making an impact early on? He's certainly put on the muscle, Zach. I mean, Pritchett has certainly put on the muscle. He certainly put on the much needed, the weight that he needed. Very well can. I mean, in this tight end room, the only guy that you know is a big star in this tight end room is Josh Cuevas. Everybody else is kind of fighting for get in where you fit in, kind of sort of speak. So Marshall Pritchett, he goes off here throughout fall camp. Absolutely can. Absolutely can. Appreciate all of you guys for your thoughts right here. Latoya writing in, our Darius Stewart was clutch, if nothing else, very reliable. Always seemed to make a play when it was needed. I hope Scott is as good as Stewart. That's just my comp. I see Rico Scott, our Darius Stewart like. That's my comp. So hopefully that comp fares well. Absolutely. Bobby Sprinkle, we got 113 people, now 193 people in the chat. Everyone show some love for the Bama Standard Network. Show some love right here, people. Got 193 of you guys in the chat. Absolutely. Oh, man. And we got Son with the 499 dropping it in here. Here we go. Appreciate Son helping us out right now. And Jimmy Clay becoming a new YouTube member. JC, let's go. Jimmy Clay. Gotta love that. Gotta love that. High Power writes in. Do we trust that Caden Warmack and our defensive staff will improve in year two on many things that gave us problems last year? I think so. I think the main thing they'll improve on is having more so 4 down linemen instead of 3 against the run. So I think that they'll definitely improve on that. I think the number 2 thing that will be improved on is having closers to finish on the quarterback, having closing edge rushers to finish on the quarterback. That's why we look at Quay Russaw. We look at young Zay Pierre. We look at young Justin Hill. He could have a role on this team. Very much so can have the quarterback. We look at LT Overton. We look at James Smith. Just different guys. Keon Keeley that could have this kind of a role just due to closing on the quarterback. Big Toe, talk about the offensive line has a chance to be special. There's some duels in the offensive line. Just got to jail. That's the main thing. You just got to jail. These guys are literally squatting over 1,000 pounds now. So the line is there. They got to jail. And then Coach Chris Kaplick, this is his year to really pull it out of these guys and have these guys playing at a high level. But all of you guys, these comments, let's go. Appreciate all of you guys writing in. Okay, now we're getting to the live thing. Now you guys are responding. Latoya says yes, Wednesday night works. So Latoya likes the Wednesday night live. She likes it. I believe Crimson goes, yes, evenings are better. So I believe Crimson's going evenings. Kelsey Shepard, my man. Kelsey's going, yes, better in the evenings. Here we go. So the evenings are winning right now. Z the real 3, evenings better. All right. It was like in the evening live. From goes night. So From likes that. RTR Mimi, I'm happy for live shows, period. So Mimi doesn't care if it's morning or night. She just wants the live show. But right now the evenings are winning. Christian writes in, Steven, I'll get with From. Get the backdrop back out. Let's reunite the Skyline crew. Okay. Whitwell Sports, Tao. Yes, late night always better. Knife be knife. Hey. So Tao like in the night thing. So okay. So here we go. So we like the night show. We're gonna actually now, folks, get into the next topic here of conversation. Appreciate all of you guys getting your comments in here on the show. Love what you guys are doing. So topic 2 here, quickly here. Topic 2 is going to be on one Keon Keeley here on the defensive line. Keon Keeley is somebody that we have all kind of been wanting to see finally break out, have a big year, have that success story. The young man, former 5-star in the 2023 class from Florida, a guy that started off as a stand-up edge rushing linebacker at that jack rush position during the Saban era. Now he's in the Kane Womack era where he's playing that bandit, field side defensive end role. Keon Keeley has went from 242 to 282 pounds. So he's added 40 pounds in preparing here for this role. But we are asking the question, what is his path? What is Keon Keeley's path to playing time when you talk about Alabama football? And for me, his path has been a bit more clearer than in recent years. Why do I say this? Because if you look at Kelby Collins, who transferred in from Florida, and Jamarian Latham, both of those two are going to be part-time defensive ends, right? Kelby Collins will play some defensive end. He'll get some reps there, but he'll also be rotating inside and outside linebacker, right? And then Jamarian Latham, though he has defensive end experience, he will be playing wolf rush linebacker. So he'll be a part-time defensive end as well. So what does that mean for Keon Keeley when you're looking at you were competing against two guys, but these two guys are now part-time guys? What this means for Keeley, his path to get on the field, one guy stands in his way, and it's Jordan Renaud. Jordan Renaud on the defensive line for Alabama stands in Keeley's way. If Keeley beats out Renaud in camp, there's Keeley's playing time. There's Keeley's potential starting opportunity. Now, this is not going to be an easy task for Keon Keeley because Jordan Renaud's a grown man. Jordan Renaud looks built this fall camp. And here's a guy that flashed last season, if y'all remember Renaud, the South Carolina game. He really had some big moments, that matchup there at Bryant-Denny. So that's the guy that Keeley has to beat out. That's the guy that Keeley has to win over, to win over in terms of beating him to get on the field more. That's the guy that Keeley has to edge out. So if Keon Keeley can edge out Jordan Renaud, that's his path. That's his path. Now, if he cannot edge out Jordan Renaud, then you look at Keeley as Renaud's backup. He would get some reps. He would get some opportunity, but he would be, the backup there behind Jordan Renaud. But right now, that's Keeley's path to get on the field. And the clock is ticking on Keeley because, he was here 2023. This is year 3. This is his third season in the program, his third year with Freddie Roach, his third year with Jamie Mosley, his third year with this program. It's got to click. Now, thankfully for Keeley, some guys by year 3 is when it does click, right? You look at Tim Williams, one of the best pass rushers of the Saban era. It didn't click for Timmy Williams to year 3. For Reuben Foster, one of the best linebackers of the Saban era. It didn't click for him until year 3, 2015. So there have been some phenomenal players that have come through this program it did not really sink in full circle for them until that third season. So Keeley is in good company. He's in good company now. It's just for him, now he's got to take full advantage of it and just go. Right now, he's got to take full advantage of it and just go. If he can do this, then that's Keeley's path. If he can take care of business against Jordan Renaud, then that's Keeley's path there to get on the field. But that is there on Keon Keeley. But you guys continue to get your thoughts in, get your comments in, hit that like button, subscribe button right here to the show. We're taking questions at the end. As always, people, you know what to do. WhitWillSports.com. Title, towel. Hit those guys up. Hit those guys up. Get that towel. Wave it. Twirl it in the air like you just don't care, in support of Kalen DeBoer and your Alabama Crimson Tide. We want to see 100,000 of these strong, waving, twirling, going crazy, being thrown up in the air on Saban Field. This begins the winning mentality for you as an Alabama football fan. And what better way to have that mentality as an Alabama football fan than getting yourself a title towel? Use that promo code STANDARD. Get yourself a nice little discount there, courtesy of your favorite Bama network, the Bama Standard. But we return now to your comments here, as you guys have been lighting us up. Over 200 people, 206 people in here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see here. Let's see here. We got, okay. Mike G. Mike G writes in, we need a pass rush and more sacks. That's one of the reasons Mike G, defensively, got to have that improvement this year. Guys that can close on the edge, attack the quarterback, get those sacks in the backfield. Absolutely. We need that Bama needs that edge pressure. Tim Grant writes here, what position did Keeley move to? He is now a defensive end. He's gone from an outside linebacker to a defensive end, Tim Grant. So that's Keeley's position. He's a D-end. High power TV. Keon Keeley was a problem on NCAA 25. Hey, high power said, look now, Keeley on the video game? That brother a problem. Hopefully, video game Keeley can be real deal actual Keon Keeley. So high power says he's ahead of him on the game. Big toe. Keeley is ready now. It's taking him some time. Like I said, for some, it takes that third year. But let's see, can he pop? Let's see, can he pop here? Let's see. Joshua Haney, is Cole 100% healthy? Cole Adams is healthy. Cole Adams is healthy. And there is another one in that wide receiver room that doesn't get a lot of conversation, but he's good. He's good. He's talented. I can see him doing a bit more in the return game, kickoff return, punt return, but Cole Adams is healthy. He is healthy. Joshua Haney writes in, he's a junior, ain't he, Keeley? Yes, he is. It's his third year. Well, maybe redshirt sophomore. Yeah, redshirt sophomore for Keeley. It's his third year, but I think redshirt sophomore. Let's see. Big Toe writes in, honestly, Cole might be the odd man out to no fault of his own. If Hale and Scott are coming on strong, where does he fit into the rotation? That's a good question, Big Toe. So I think Cole Adams would fit in the return game, but I think there will be actual plays, formations that Cole Adams would come in on as well. He fits in perfectly in the return game, absolutely, especially in the punt return game. But I believe there will be actual packages, formations, plays built in to where you will have Cole Adams on the field. Alex Wilder, Latham is the OG on the team. Look, Jamarian Latham, this is Jamarian's sixth year. 2020 was his freshman year. So 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24, this is his sixth year. He is the OG. This is Latham's sixth year. He is the OG on this team. You are crazy about that, Alex Wilder. Jumbo writes in, Jumbo 97 BUU for life. Love evening, Stephen M. So Jumbo is loving the evening show. He's loving the evening show. I believe Crimson. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell, baby. We giving it to you. Bama football. We are giving it to you right here on the Bama Standard Network. And Austin Gillum! $5 donation, dropping it in there. Tied. We'll have a better season than Mac in 2020. Bucket. Ooh, big talk from Austin Gillum. He says Ty Simpson will have a better season than what Mac Jones had in 2020. Bucket. Remember Mac Jones that year, 4,500 passing yards, 41 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Mac had a big year, but we gonna see. We about to see. Let's see. Bobby Sprinkle. I think the evenings is better. So Bobby Sprinkle like in the evening shows. Let's see here. Alex Wilder writes in, I think that's a far stretch, brother. Alex, are you saying a far stretch of Ty having a better season than what Mac had in 2020. I think that's probably, Alex, what you are saying. But, man, Jalen Hale, let's see here. Is Jalen Hale, Bama Boy 22, is Hale repping with the ones? No, he's not repping with the ones. He's not out there with the ones. No, he's not out there with the ones. I think Hale is out there more so with the twos. He's not out there with the ones, but I think he's going to get playing time. Just what he's done and his pushback and his return, I think he's going to get playing time here. Let's see. Alex Wilder right there. I wish people would just say it, man. Ty was better than Milroe. Milroe started to keep the team together, point blank. I appreciate everything Milroe done, but y'all gonna see Ty absolutely. Hey, look, man, I'm looking forward to this season, man. Alex, I'm looking forward to the season. August 31st cannot get here fast enough. We got high-power TV. I'm excited to see Bray. I'm excited to see Bray Hubbard too. That is Bam Bam Bray. I'm excited to see Bam Bam Bray take that field also. Bama Rockstar. When Hale has been healthy, he's been great. When Jalen Hale is healthy, he has been great. Let's see. Bama boy, Keeley is behind it and Renard. Keeley is behind LT and Renard. It'll be tough for him. That's what I'm saying, Bama boy. It's tough because you got to beat out Renard. You're not going to beat out LT, but you got to at least beat out Jordan Renard. If he can't beat out Jordan Renard, then that's going to be very difficult there for Keon Keeley. Absolutely. But we're going to get into right now, folks. Final topic of conversation for tonight, and that goes into the competition at punter. I know, right? Punter. There's a competition at punter. Yes, people. There's a competition at punter for Alabama football. After what we saw from James Barnett throughout his career last year, his best season flipping the field. He is off now to the NFL. He's with the New Orleans Saints. You have two guys competing for this punting position. You have Alex Asparov, the freshman from California, and you've got Blake Dowd. I think he's a redshirt senior walk-on, redshirt senior. So you got both of these two competing here for the punter position. And, when Kalen DeBoer was addressed about it, he seemed very much so excited about this spot. Both guys have gotten bigger. Both guys have gotten stronger. Both guys are showing consistency in the leg drive and the hang time and being able to squeeze returners with their punts or dropping the ball inside the opponent's 15-yard line. So both guys bring a lot of good stuff to that position. The big thing is going to be who takes the big step forward in the first scrimmage on Saturday between Asparov and Dowd, between Blake and Alex. Who takes the first step forward, right? Because the first scrimmage, it's live action, it's bullets flying. You don't have the coaches breathing down your neck. You don't have the coaches telling you what to do and how to do and why to do. No, it's you go out there, you know your assignment, you execute it, you play fast, physical, fundamental football. That's the whole gist of it when you have a first scrimmage. So for the punting position between Alex and Blake, which one of these two can go out there and have a have a good first scrimmage? Which one of these two will have a good first scrimmage is going to be very, very interesting. I'm excited about this one. I mean, I'm excited because you've had some strong punters in the past. You had J.K. Scott, the golden leg from Colorado. Bama's had some good ones. They've had some good ones. But now, between Blake Dowd and Alex Asparov, we're going to see which one of these two takes that step forward or that first step in the punting game. But that's the punter competition between two young men that we're going to get a chance to see which one of these two can excel the best in flipping the field and putting Alabama's opposition in unfavorable field position to allow the defense to set up what it wants to set up to come after the opponent. But let's see here. Continue with your thoughts here and your comments, wrapping up the show. As always, people, you know what to do. You hit that like button. You smash that subscribe button. Be a part of the conversation right here. Bama Vision on the Bama Standard Network. But right now, we go to a few questions to wrap this up. We take a few questions. We take a few thoughts here. Q&A segment. Let's see. Caleb Taylor writes in, do you think Bama's defense will be better against that shovel pass triple option attack that killed them against Vandy? They got better after that, though. I think Kane Womack has spent time studying that. I think Kane Womack has spent time studying that. I think he has spent time looking at that. I think he has spent time dissecting that. And I think Alabama's going to have some for Vandy. I think Alabama's going to have something for Diego Pavia. Diego Pavia has been talking. Now, of course, he deserves every right to talk because Vanderbilt won last year. They called Alabama. They called him. But Diego doing a little bit too much talking now. So I think they're going to have some form. I think Bama's going to have some form. Christian Hughes writes in, Stephen, will you be covering Bama's first scrimmage? Sadly, Christian Hughes, I will not be, but there are people that I know that will be there that I will get that information from and will share it to all of you, right? I will have people there that I will get that information from and I will share it to all of you. Joshua Haney, top three rushing TDs for Bama running backs. Like how many rushing TDs from Bama's top 3 running backs this season? Who are they to? Okay. And let's go Jam. Let's go Richard Young. And I'm going to throw Daniel Hill in there. I think Daniel Hill will be 3. I like Dre Washington. But let's go Jam, Richard Young, and Daniel Hill. I'm going to throw Daniel Hill in there as that third running back. I'm going to throw Daniel Hill in. And we got Uncle Charles in here. Yes. Uncle Charles, Stephen F. Smith, salute, brother. Uncle Charles in Birmingham. Hey, Uncle Charles. Hey, thank you. Hey, thank you, Uncle Charles. Thank you. Happy to have you a part of the conversation. Happy to have you a part of the conversation, Uncle Charles. Let's see here. Who runs the special teams and can they be special again? Who special teams coach? Jay Nunez. Jay Nunez is the special teams coach. Can it be special again? From the return aspect, depends on who they put back there. If they put back there a guy that's known for speed, that's known for making something happen, making plays, but can also, fundamentally catch the ball, set up the blocks, and go, then yes, it will very well be special. But you have to put the right guy back there, Jumbo, to do that. Got to put the right guy back there. Let's see. Kelsey Shepard writes in, Steven, do you think Bo Davis would have had Keon Keeley ready by now? Not really a big knock on Freddie Roach, but cough. Hey, man, look, Kelsey, Bo Davis would have had Keeley prepared. But with Bo's in the NFL now with the New Orleans Saints, I don't think Bama's going to make that call to him. So this is Freddie's year to get this done. This is also Keon Keeley's year to show, hey, I'm ready. It took me some time. It took me a minute, but I'm ready. Like I said, we've seen guys in the Alabama system that it took them to year 3 defensively. So this is year 3 for Keeley. It's now or never. He got to get with it. He got to get with it this year. He is seriously on the clock right now. But, man, I appreciate all of you guys for your thoughts, for your comments. Let's see here. Last one here from High Power. Any updates on the development of tight end, that being Edwards, Derek Meadows, how Drake Kirkpatrick coming along? Derek Meadows is out there making plays in practice. I can tell you that at wide receiver. He's making plays in practice. Caleb Edwards, he's developing smooth at tight end. He's developing good. Marshall Pritch is developing good. I mean, right now at tight end, the one guy that is proven is Josh Cuevas. You just got to pop the next guy out there. But Marshall and Edwards are developing well. Dre Jr.'s coming along smooth, and he's another one that I would like to see them put back there on special teams. He's another one, but I would like to see them put back there on special teams. But once again, y'all, I'm not the coach. That's Kalen DeBoer, not me. But as always, people, thank all of you for being a part of the show. How to show out here, baby, talking Bama Vision. Yours truly, Stephen M. Smith, the Bama Standard Network. As always, people, you can follow me on X at Coaching M. Smith on X, right there at Coaching M. Smith on X. Also, you can follow all the shows at the bottom of the screen there. Hey, we got a flavor for you for every day of the week. Doesn't matter if it's Bama Visions, if it's the opening kick, if it's the final whistle, if it's the Bama Standard Show, if it's college football chatter, if it's Sunday night talking Bama, if it's Teague Take, whatever your passion is, we got the show for you right there at the bottom of the screen. You can check out the ticker right there as we continue to pump out to you the outstanding Bama content. But until next time, people, be blessed, be good, and as always, people, hey, roll tide to you.